Today's story is about a dead female that was found near a mountain site. Deeper scrutiny revealed a sinister truth: a twisted photographer, responsible for multiple heinous murders, hid behind this tragic site. The police, challenged by the perpetrator's cunning, struggled to break through the web of lies. Complications hindered justice, amplified by government pressures to hinder a thorough investigation. The chilling homicide was nestled in the heart of South Korea's home mountain, Kumchon District, Seoul. Here, lush woods and crisp cold air provided a backdrop for local children's play. On January 11, 1983, the ground was carpeted with brittle golden leaves. Children tired from their play, unknowingly stumbled upon a gruesome secret. As they playfully pushed aside leaves to find a comfortable spot, their curiosity led them to unearth an unexpected treasure, or so they thought. To their horror, beneath the leaves lay the lifeless body of a woman. Frightened, they recoiled, they hurriedly fled down the mountain. The children told the adults, and the adults immediately reported it to the police. The police hurried to the site to assess the situation. The cold weather had preserved most of the body, but the facial features were unrecognizable. Despite a meticulous examination, the authorities could not discern any valuable information except for a blanket of fallen leaves. Close inspection revealed no external injuries on the unclothed body. The primary objective became unraveling the identity of the deceased and determining the cause of her tragic end. The investigation revealed that the deceased woman was found 28 days after her death. Following the retrieval of the body, fingerprint comparisons confirmed the woman's identity. She was Kim Kyung-hee, a 24-year-old resident of Songnam City, Gyeonggi Province. Her marriage was unhappy. She had 2 sons, but financial pressures weighed heavily on their lives. Before marriage, Kim was unaware of her husband's penchant for alcohol. Initially, his drinking led to altercations, followed by apologies, but with time, her husband's behavior worsened. He not only failed to correct his habits but escalated his drinking and aggression. Unable to bear the abuse, Kim left her husband and moved to Seoul in 1982. Lacking substantial skills, she had worked in bars and restaurants. Kim's last employment was at a barbershop. Her responsibilities included shaving customers and providing various services. The locals were aware that this particular barbershop had a dubious reputation. The police delved into whether Kim's estranged husband, aware of her circumstances, had traveled to Seoul in a fit of rage to commit the murder. However, subsequent inquiries proved otherwise. Kim's husband had never left his hometown, and ample evidence, including work records and testimonials from co-workers, supported his alibi. Attempts to gather information from other women working at the barbershop proved challenging due to their lack of familiarity with one another and the transient nature of their work. It wasn't until her death that a breakthrough emerged. Although she had no friends in Seoul, someone finally provided a valuable lead. According to the tip, Kim shared an unusual relationship with a regular customer. Whenever this customer visited the barbershop, there seemed to be private interactions between them. It was rumored that they had ventured out to take photographs together shortly before Kim's disappearance. The police found out that Kim had been meeting a regular customer named Lee Dong-sik and immediately went to his house. He introduced himself to the police as a photographer. Upon investigation, the police discovered that he had been imprisoned 3 times before and was currently working as a plumber while also pursuing photography. Lee showed the police his photos, most of which were nude pictures of women. The police discovered hundreds of macabre photographs, depicting animals in their final moments, as well as horrifying images of naked women in distressing scenarios, some lying in blood-soaked coffins, others hanging nude, contorted in bizarre poses. While explaining his work, the police noticed one peculiar photo. He tried to hide it suddenly, but the police confiscated the picture. It was a photo of a woman wearing a white veil, and upon verification, it turned out to be the deceased woman. Consequently, the police searched his house promptly. The police officer, suspecting a concealed space, knocked on the freshly painted area. His intuition proved right when a hidden compartment was discovered. Inside, 21 photos were found, all depicting the same woman. The images portrayed her in a gray skirt, lying on the ground amidst fallen leaves, her face contorted in pain, her limbs stiff from exertion. It was a chillingly realistic portrayal of the woman's final moments before her demise. Lee was arrested on the spot. Lee admitted to accompanying Kim on a photography outing to Home Mountain. He claimed that he had asked Kim to act as if she were dying for a photo and insisted that she was only acting. Despite the mounting evidence, Lee continued to deny any connection to Kim's death. He suggested that she might have committed suicide and insisted that he and Kim had left after taking the photos. Faced with Lee's persistent denial, the police realized they needed irrefutable evidence to secure a conviction. Just as the situation seemed dire, the autopsy report arrived, revealing the presence of potassium cyanide in Kim's body. This deadly chemical is highly toxic, even in small quantities, capable of causing rapid fatality. This crucial finding strengthened the case against Lee, offering the necessary evidence to refute his claims and bring him to justice. The police believed Lee had cunningly tricked Kim into ingesting potassium cyanide, and then filmed her agonizing demise after the poison took effect. Despite the clarity of the situation, the available evidence and speculations alone were insufficient to secure legal consequences. The police couldn't establish whether Lee ingested the potassium cyanide before the photos were taken, or if Lee had forced her to do so. Without these crucial points, conviction seemed impossible. It was a frustrating situation. The murderer stood before them, yet they lacked the necessary proof. Desperate for a breakthrough, the police enlisted the help of photography experts, hoping they could glean crucial insights from the horrifying images. Even these seasoned professionals were shocked by the photos. While they could sense Kim's evident pain, it was equally plausible that she was merely an adept actress, showcasing her distress skillfully, and that Lee possessed excellent photography skills. The experts were at a loss, as the photos alone couldn't definitively incriminate Lee. However, an experienced professor, well-versed in photography and human anatomy, pointed out a crucial detail. He explained that the hair of living individuals stands on end, while that of the deceased lies flat. This revelation stunned everyone present. The 21 photos in their possession, taken consecutively by Lee, could be arranged based on the character's apparent pain levels. Using a high-powered microscope, the police meticulously examined the photos one by one. Their scrutiny revealed the gradual flattening of Kim's hair, indicating her demise during the photo shoot. Armed with this newfound evidence, the police confronted Lee. Faced with this undeniable proof, Lee was at a loss for words. His defenses crumbled, and he confessed everything, from his initial acquaintance with Kim to the heinous act that had transpired. The truth was finally unveiled, providing closure to the gruesome case. Upon learning of Lee's numerous awards, Kim was inclined to believe his words. When she received an invitation from him, she felt a mix of excitement and opportunity, considering the limited development of photography during that era. Becoming a model seemed like a rare chance, and she was eager to participate. Unbeknownst to her, his intentions had taken a sinister turn. No longer content with makeup effects, he desired to capture the genuine process of human death, with Kim as his intended subject. Given that Kim had no relatives or friends in Seoul, her disappearance would likely go unnoticed. To administer potassium cyanide to her, Lee tampered with a box of cold capsules, replacing the powder inside with the lethal substance. During the photo shoot, he feigned concern for her well-being due to the cold weather, suggesting she take cold medicine for prevention. Unaware, she ingested the poison prepared by Lee. As the toxic effects took hold, Kim succumbed to excruciating pain, and it was during this time that Lee captured 21 harrowing photos. Once she fell silent, he proceeded to take nude photographs. Unexpectedly, Lee had upgraded his equipment, purchasing a high-definition camera to enhance his photography. Ironically, this choice became the crucial breakthrough for the police. Ordinary cameras failed to capture fine details like human hair, but the camera used by Lee documented everything clearly. This discovery led the police to question the hundreds of photos found in his possession. Further investigation revealed Lee's disturbing history. He had previously coerced his ex-wife into taking horrifying photos. Later, she inexplicably vanished. Lee claimed she had traveled alone to Japan, but her family sought the truth, urging him to reveal the truth. Despite their pleas, the lack of evidence prevented further action in her case. In the wake of the Lee's murder case coming to light, prominent media outlets in South Korea and around the world reported that Concerned about the negative impact on the country's reputation, the Korean president exerted pressure on the police to close the case swiftly. With government intervention, the Lee's case was hastily concluded. Tragically, over 20 girls remained uninvestigated, their fates unknown, leaving a haunting sense of uncertainty regarding what they endured, and whether they were still alive. After receiving a death sentence, Lee continued to appeal, but all appeals were denied. His death penalty was confirmed on February 16, 1984. He was executed on May 27, 1986, after 2 years and 3 months. Even though many years have passed since this incident, it serves as a stark reminder that we must enhance our awareness of personal safety.